Hey everyone, it's Michael, aka the Movie Ads Guy. This is the second video in my series about movie advertising. Every Saturday, I'm going to try and find the biggest story I can in terms of, the world of movie advertising, and hopefully I can start a conversation with you guys. Subscribe below, or if you don't want to, just put your thoughts in the comments and let's have a conversation. So, this week, in terms of movie news, nothing as big as I would say The Lion King came out this week, but there were a lot of you know mini stories that came out. Donald Glover and Rihanna. Turns out they shot a secret movie called Guava Island. Artemis Fowl. Disney made an Artemis Fowl movie, and the trailer released this week. The sequel to Happy Death Day to You. The trailer was released for that. A new image from the Hellboy reboot came out, starring David Harbour from Stranger Things, and a website for Child's Play. The Child's Play reboot is basically now in live, promoting the doll that Chucky takes over. And the interesting thing about that is that um, apparently MGM and Universal split the rights in a way where MGM is able to reboot the first movie, while at the same time Universal is developing a TV show continuing what they have with Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. So we're gonna see two universes of Chucky happening. And I know a lot of you millennials out there hate Chucky, so sorry for saying that so much. But let's get into the top story of this week, which is Netflix. Now, Netflix has been doing a good job at releasing, I would say, cinema quality content in terms of TV shows and movies. And this week they announced that they're developing a Roald Dahl animated series, something similar to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're making an animated series that connects Willy Wonka to BFG to Matilda, and we'll see how that goes. And there was also an announcement that Cowboy Bebop would be getting a live action reboot on Netflix. Now, the reason I want to talk about Netflix this week instead of theatrical releases is because, of course, one, Netflix, something that's relevant to everybody, but two, I just find it very interesting that Netflix has recently been making a lot of announcements, not exactly for movies or TV shows. They've been making announcements for the fact that they gained the rights to certain TV shows. Now, Netflix is one of the few companies that will create a trailer for a property being put into pre-production, and will also create a trailer for the fact that they gained the rights to a property. And that's usually interesting because when it comes to movies and TV shows, you don't really see any like big announcements or a trailer made until at least there's some kind of like footage or photo to release. And it just made me think about why is Netflix trying so hard to prove to people that they have the power to gain the rights to these niche but beloved properties. So I kept wondering that all week, and on Friday it became clear, because on Friday Netflix canceled Daredevil. And now when you look at the Netflix Marvel TV shows, the only thing left is Jessica Jones, or the Defenders if they so feel like making another season. But yeah, as of right now, Jessica Jones is the only Marvel Netflix show that still has the possibility of being in production. So that became clear to me why Netflix is doing so much, is because they're losing the rights to all of their Disney properties and have been for some time. So for those of you who don't know, Disney has announced that they're creating their own streaming service, similar to Netflix. It's going to be called Disney Plus, and it should be coming out sometime next year or in 2020. Right now, they already announced that they're working on their own Marvel series based on Loki, Falcon. Um, from what I know off the top of my head, that's who I can think about. They're developing a few Star Wars series, starting with The Mandalorian, which is being directed by Jon Favreau, actually produced by Jon Favreau, and he's the guy that's directing The Lion King. And they're also bringing back Star Wars Clone Wars, and also they're developing their own live action reboots of animated movies, starting with Lady and the Tramp and possibly Lilo and Stitch. Look it up, it's actually happening. So, what this tells me is that Netflix is really trying to inspire confidence in their customers that you have no reason to run to the Disney Plus service. Sometimes we forget that outside of Disney, there are creators and properties that have touched our lives, touched our families' lives one way or another. And it looks like all Netflix is trying to do is let you know that there are ways outside of Disney in order to basically create something that's a big deal. Maybe along the way they can do something with Illumination. They can do something with DreamWorks. They already released a trailer last month, not for a specific property, but just to let people know that there are some beloved animators out there creating content specifically for Netflix right now, including Craig McCracken, who, for those of you who don't know, he developed the Powerpuff Girls, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. And to me, what we're going to see from here on out is a trend where we're going to hear something that getting canceled from Netflix. They've been on a cancel roll lately, and now we're going to hear about either the Disney properties that they've helped develop being canceled, or we're going to hear about certain Disney movies and TV shows slowly making their way out of Netflix. But for every negative announcement like that, there are going to be a plethora of other properties that they're going to say that they acquired the rights to. Netflix has been doing a good job with hitting the anime crowd. They've been doing a good job with releasing movies that you would expect to be in the movies in the cinemas, like Bright, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. That's going to be their strength. The fact that we don't have a lot of Disney or Nickelodeon or any of those properties, but we do have are the creators. And once the creators are contracted with Netflix, that'll satisfy everybody's need for something original. You have something original, but you also have the comfort of knowing that it came from a trusted source. And we're already seeing this in the more, grown-up TV field with Ryan Murphy and Shonda Rhimes signing on to exclusively produce content for Netflix. So those are my thoughts for the week. Hopefully you guys like what I had to say. Let me know if I was clear or unclear about anything, and put some comments below so we can keep a conversation going. Thank you.